Oshri Bar Gil, who is a PhD candidate at the Psychoanalysis, Culture, and Hermeneutics postgraduate program at Bar-Ilan. The title of his talk today is Never Forget, the Net Will Remember.
Hi, and welcome to the lecture. I hope you hear me well. I'm Oshri. I'm a PhD candidate here at the Bar-Ilan University from the program of Cultural Studies, Hermeneutic, and Psychoanalysis. Let me start by apologizing for my English. Let me continue by saying that my PhD dissertation deals with the way technology changes our self-concept, the way we think about ourselves. But today, for this lecture, it intersects with a personal story, not only how the internet connections is mediating our memory of the Holocaust, but the way it mediates me and my family memory of our grandmother, Savta Hana. So let's start. The Holocaust memory and Holocaust studies have always been intertwined. And in the field of memory studies, there is the concept of post-memory. In the other fields, recently, Andrew Hoskins employs the concept of connective memory as a way to sensitize ourselves and highlighting the influence of digital connections in memory patterns and their nature of being immediate, mobile, flexible, and interactive. This new emergent memory is a result of digital hyperconnectivity and is particularly pronounced in social networks, file sharing systems, and other sites and databases. Also in the fields of Shoah or Holocaust studies in general and Holocaust database in general. For the starting point of the story, let me start with what we call in Yiddish and what my grandmother used to say, etzetele, in the sense that's the way she used to call those kinds of notes. We found this note in one of my grandmother's notebooks. We're not really sure when or why she wrote it. Maybe she tried to train her biological memory. We're not so certain about it. But nowadays, it's a material memory for us and in the sense of memory studies. But her material memory allowed us a journey that we took and was navigated with the aid of the internet. It allows each and every member of the family to try and hang with the experience differently. When we saw and read all those kinds of tzetalach, which is note, but in plural sense, a different experience that wasn't available without the internet. We weren't able to find the Epstein Gymnasium, which you see here, and she mentioned in one of the notes, and feel like, okay, we know, we have seen this place, it changes the way we think about her. The past always looks alien from the perspective of the present. It is transformed through decay, forgetting, misremembering, reprisal, and through all the things that we look through the lens of today. We see of her today, but we don't really know what is the ship that she came with. And through the use of large databases, we were able to find the ship, this Campdagio ship, that she came with it to Israel. All kinds of memory guesswork have to be made. This is what we call the pay-ed, like a testimony files. And once they're indexed, we were able to find out that she testified twice. We're not really sure, and she have done it in 20 years time, but our perception of time in the digital memory is not linear, is broken. We see them in this page of Yad Vashem simultaneously. It's interesting to note that the names and the details are almost identical in those testimonies. And we, the humans, had to fix the database memory of her testimonies because it doesn't really know. It's not so smart as we sometimes think. Sometimes the memory takes the form of multiple databases connected together, big data, as sometimes it's referred to. I would argue that collecting those memories and connecting them together more than connecting them apart is one of the older generation's job, but the next generation job will be to connect them better, to make the connective memory much stronger and more linked. Linking and indexing is not you. Well, this is, it's called Sefer Kehilot of Her Keilah. was written actually in 1973. Most of our older generations in the family skipped about it, although they were curious about our story as much as we do. And our family learned about the story only in 2018, too late for us. But it's not only about being digital, and it's not only about being safe on the net. It's about free access and search engine optimization. This digital also reveals some alien and unpredictable memories, but it also transcends the time of now and then. We're not really sure if it's her memory of the or the memory that were written about her. It's a different type of connection. As Lawrence Scott used to say, it takes all dimensions apart. To keep the critical note about technology and memory in part, I must say that relying on tech to mediate memory for us might have a downside. I guess most of you are familiar with the debate about coloring some Holocaust
so I don't
images.
really know where I left you,
so I just said that I will always cherish my unmediated memories with my Savta Hana, and will try and searching for new ones. And I think me and my generation will have them, but the next generation will have no choice. It will have to rely more and more about mediated memories and other kinds of connected memories. This is only one family story, and it's a family story. I'm not alone in these issues. Another aspect of the connected memory is that every member of the family has done his share, and we were able to gather this puzzle together. But I think it's the story of memory of about the memory of the Holocaust in the third decade of the 21st century, to become more and more mediated by the network and to be remembered by connective memory agents that mediate, modulate, and moderate this memory to us, the humans. So the next generation and our generation have to make a new connections. Some of them will be available by achievements in technology, and new database will be digitized and connected. Other immersive technologies such as virtual reality or coloring images might help others to experience the memory better. But what will be the quality of the memory is up to us. So let me hang to the bibliography if someone wants. And I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Oshri, and thank you, Phyllis, for moderating this panel. We are running late, but